Dear future Disneyland guests, I have heard your requests for an ultimate Disneyland hotel guide, so that's exactly what we're going to give you today to make sure you're prepared for your upcoming stay on the West Coast. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. The Disneyland hotels aren't just places to sleep, shower, and brush your teeth. They can become a big part of the overall vacation package if you want them to be. They're definitely expensive enough to not just sleep and shower and brush your teeth. And so we're going to talk about each of the Disneyland hotels and their different offerings and price points and quirky secrets that can help you fully prepare for what to expect when you book a stay at one of these spots. If you're looking for even more Disneyland planning advice that's going to help you rock out the parks and shopping district too, be sure to scan the QR code you see on the screen or head to disneyfoodblog.com/DisneylandPlans for our free guide to 3 perfect days in Disneyland. Looky there, it's like we're your own personal digital fairy godmother, but better because our guide won't disappear once the clock strikes midnight. You can take as long as you want to read it. All right, here we go. Let's get started. The Disneyland Hotel Trinity. We're going to kick things off with a basic rundown of the 3 hotels Disneyland has on site, starting with the OG hotel of the bunch, the Disneyland Hotel. I have a 1965 map of Disneyland up on my wall right now that my dad got back in 1965, obviously. And it has the Disneyland Hotel right on it. That's the only hotel it's got. So this one is located right across the street from downtown Disney and consists of 4 different towers: Adventure Tower, Fantasy Tower, Frontier Tower, and the brand new Villas Tower, simply called the Villas at Disneyland Hotel. The theme of the hotel is pretty straightforward. It's a love letter to Disneyland as a whole, from past to present. So expect to find lots of nods to Disneyland's history in and around the hotel's hallways and shops, restaurants and pools, even inside the rooms too. One of my favorite things here are those teacup chairs in the Disneyland Hotel lobby. They are so cool, and I love that they're there every time I go. Then there's the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, which is housed in a luxurious building literally right next to Disney California Adventure Park. Despite its name being very similar to Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa over in Disney World, the architecture of Grand Cali is actually the same as Disney's Wilderness Lodge over in Florida. Well, not exactly the same, it's a different theme, but it's the same architect and it's very similar. Now, the design of these resorts was inspired by the arts and crafts movement popular in California back in the early 1900s, which is why you'll see exposed rafters and deeply overhanging roofs and tapering columns and decorative stone and woodwork everywhere. Then there's the hotel that's going through a bit of an identity crisis right now, Paradise Pier. Paradise Pier Hotel has had that beachy boardwalk theme going on for years now, but it's currently in the process of transforming into Pixar Place, which will look more like a modern art gallery representing fan favorite Pixar films. Currently, Pixar Place is slated to be fully complete by this winter. Now, I don't want to just glaze over the brand new villas at the Disneyland Hotel because they literally just opened up at the end of September this year. So let's take a peek inside to see what you can expect when you book a room here. The villas at Disneyland Hotel have rooms themed around different Disney classics. There's a duo studio inspired by The Jungle Book, deluxe studios that sleep up to 4 guests themed after Sleeping Beauty and The Princess and the Frog, and 1 and 2 bedroom villas that sleep up to 5 or 9 guests themed to Fantasia and The Princess and the Frog as well. These bigger villas include a washer and dryer, a living area, and a full-size kitchen with all the cookware that you need and a dishwasher. But the Grand Villa is the fanciest of them all. This is a multi-level unit. It sleeps up to 12 people with a full-size kitchen, large dining area, and double-sided fireplace that connects the living area to a huge private outdoor balcony. The first floor is home to the primary suite inspired by Bambi, and the second floor features 2 bedrooms inspired by Frozen and Moana. Along with the new rooms, the villas also opened up the brand new Pallet Pool area, including the Pallet Pool itself, the Palm Breeze Bar, and a splash pad themed around the iconic Steamboat Willie. The tower also features a brand new community hall and fitness area too. Now, the villas are available for anyone to book, Disney Vacation Club member or not. But if you want to book a room here, the earlier you can make those reservations, the better your chances of getting one will actually be. These are going to be really popular here for a little while. Plus, heads up, these are really expensive as well. Okay, now that we got the bare bones basics out of the way, let's talk about the fun parts of these 3 hotels. Each of them has gift shops and pools and arcades and activities specific to where you're staying. While these activities change up frequently, They could include things like morning Pilates, paddleboard yoga, storytelling sessions, walking tours, arts and crafts, learn to draw classes, and scavenger hunts. But to figure out what's going on during your visit, just ask the front lobby for a schedule. Grand Californian has a few extra activities you can take part in, including the big one, the Tenaya Sohn Spa, which offers several different spa treatments and salon services for an additional fee. You can book your time at the spa via the Disneyland website or by calling 714-300-7310. Now, when it comes to the Disneyland Hotel's amenities and perks versus Disney World's, we're kind of on the fence about who does it better. On the one hand, Disneyland actually has next-day package delivery, which has been missing from Disney World ever since the 2020 closures. Basically, this service lets you shop at select gift shops around Disneyland property without having to lug all your purchases around with you all day long. Instead, you can have your souvenirs delivered back to your hotel where you can pick them up the very next day. Usually, the package deliveries are going to be available for you to pick up at your hotel's gift shop. On the other hand, Disneyland's extra park benefits for its guests are more limited than what you'll find at Disney World. Starting January 20th, 2024, if you stay at any of the 3 Disneyland hotels, you'll have access to the early admission benefit, which allows you to enter one of the 2 Disneyland theme parks 30 minutes early on any given day, but not for both parks. So for example, on some days the Disneyland park will be available for early admission, and on other days Disney California Adventure will be available for early admission. Usually they alternate back and forth. Now, the Disneyland hotels also currently do not offer an extended evening hours benefit for guests like the guests can get over at Disney World when they stay at one of their deluxe resorts. So, pros and cons for sure, but if you're not going to end up staying at the Disneyland Hotel during your next trip and you choose a different nearby hotel instead, then good news, you'll only be at a disadvantage for the one park Disneyland designates as available for early access that day. So if DCA is going to have early admission for its Disneyland hotel guests, then you may want to plan to rope drop the Disneyland park instead, and vice versa. Okay, time to talk about the rooms and the costs. So how much are these rooms actually going to cost you, and are there any rooms that won't completely break your budget? Well, each Disneyland hotel consists of different room types for different budgets. Here's a quick look at what each of these rooms tend to cost on average per night. Keep in mind that room prices will drastically vary depending on several factors, including demand and time of year and the number of guests in your room, and even if you book on the weekend versus the weekdays. But there's one major room type we haven't listed yet, and that's the signature suites, which you can find at the Disneyland Hotel. Y'all, these rooms are a literal dream of mine to stay in. The Disneyland Hotel has 5 totally unique signature suites that transform your room from being just a room and into a full-blown immersive experience that actually competes with the immersiveness you're going to find in the parks. The Pirates of the Caribbean suite celebrates the classic Disneyland attraction hiding out in New Orleans Square. Here you're going to find concept art from the original 1967 ride, a painting that's a full-scale map of the attraction, plus props and other pirate treasure, including a replica of Captain Jack Sparrow's revolver and a replica of Davy Jones's dead man's chest. At the Fairy Tale suite, Tinkerbell greets you at the door and flies inside to light the room with pixie dust. One of the most jaw-dropping features of this room can actually be found over the jetted tub, since it displays a hand-cut mosaic of a castle. The Adventureland Suite's master bedroom looks like a safari lodge with a legit grotto inside the shower that uses lighting and sound effects to simulate a rainforest and a savanna. The second bedroom hosts guests inside a safari tent and makes you feel like you're the newest member of Disney's Society of Explorers and Adventurers. The Mickey Mouse Penthouse Suite incorporates artwork straight from the Disney archives and Disney Animation Library items, including rare images of Walt and Mickey, early sketches, and animation maquettes. And something interesting about this one is that the grout in the bathroom actually glows in the dark for some reason. Didn't expect that. And finally, the Big Thunder Suite is indeed themed after the wildest ride in the wilderness, with lots of rustic touches and shout outs to our favorite haunted runaway mine train. Now, before you get too excited to stay in one of these, brace yourselves. Not only do they get booked years in advance, but they're also going to put you back a whopping $2,000 to $4,500 per night, and sometimes even more. Like I said, it'd be a dream, but probably not the best place to stay if you're not planning on spending a full day or two just in the room to embrace it all. By the way, you can now book these right online. You used to have to call to book them, and now you can book them online. Okay, even Disneyland's cheapest hotel rooms are still going to cost you a lot of money. So I guess it's a good thing you don't have to pay full price for these rooms if you play your cards right. On the Disneyland website, you'll find special offers, deals, and discounts that feature current savings opportunities for hotels and tickets and vacation packages too. While there's always some type of promotion going on over there, they won't always apply to your specific trip. But if you want help tracking down more major savings opportunities instead of having to do all that searching yourself, be sure to reach out to our friends over at Small World Vacations. They are travel agents. They are some of the best in the business, if not the best in the business, and will not only help you book your dream Disneyland vacation with all the different savings opportunities that they find along the way, but they'll also do it absolutely free. If you're interested in getting a free quote, I'll go ahead and put the link to Small World Vacations down in the description. Now, Disneyland hotel prices can be intimidating, even with those seasonal discounts, but fear not. You do not have to pay those Disneyland hotel prices to still find a room close to the parks. This is the great thing about Disneyland. There are tons of good neighbor hotels that are so close to the parks, you can literally walk to the parks, no problem. You only have a few of those in Disney World, but in Disneyland, there are tons. Now, these good neighbor hotels are not owned by Disney, but they do give guests a cheaper hotel stay that's still very, very close by. And these are brand name hotels most of the time, y'all. And while several of those hotels are within walking distance to the parks in downtown Disney, like I mentioned, even those that aren't will have the Anaheim Resort Transportation System available, which guests can use for an extra fee to take them to and from the hotel and parks. Now, there are over 50 good neighbor hotels you can potentially choose from, ranging from economy to suite. And to find them all, you can go to the Disneyland website, select places to stay, and scroll down to the good neighbor hotels to start browsing. Just keep in mind that these hotels won't give you all those nice benefits like the Disneyland-owned ones do, including that enhanced Disney-fied Imagineering you know and love, but that sacrifice could also potentially save you hundreds on your hotel stay, which might be more than worth it to you. All right, you heard it here first. Some of Disneyland's best restaurants are in their hotels. Whether you're staying as a Disneyland hotel guest or not, everyone is welcome to make advanced dining reservations for any of Disneyland's hotel restaurants. So let's talk about what restaurants you're going to find at each of these locations, both table service and quick service. Sounds good? Good. Okay, Disneyland Hotel, we're going to start with Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar. After traveling the world for over 5 decades, Trader Sam has gathered all the artifacts he's collected over the years to put them out on display inside his very own tiki bars. But this isn't a normal tiki bar. Depending on which cocktail you order, you could trigger a series of interactive events throughout this tropical space, so be prepared to play along. Until 8 p.m., this restaurant's available for the whole family to enjoy, but after that, only guests 21 and over will be allowed in. Because this lounge is so unique, it's also super popular. But unlike the Trader Sam's in Florida, the Disneyland one actually accepts advanced dining reservations to help you guarantee a spot amidst the chaos and fun. Right next door is the Tangaroa Terrace. It's inspired by the classic attraction Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room, so don't be alarmed when the tiki room music starts playing in your head. This spot offers casual island dining for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, featuring American favorites in the morning and counter service classics with a tropical twist for lunch and dinner. Tangaroa Terrace also serves Dole Whip from their dedicated Dole Whip window. Fact, every restaurant should have a dedicated Dole Whip window. My house should have a dedicated Dole Whip window, don't you think? I think so. Now, the Coffee House keeps things simple. This is a popular morning spot that serves up plenty of Java as well as grab-and-go eats like croissants and muffins and the occasional gourmet donut. Goofy's Kitchen, next to the Coffee House, is a super colorful dining experience with a menagerie of playful characters over there. The character dining buffet switches up their meet and greet friends on occasion, but typically you're gonna meet Pluto, Chip and Dale, Minnie, and the head chef himself, Goofy. The buffet is open for breakfast and dinner with items like Mickey Mouse pancakes and Goofy's famous peanut butter pizza served in the morning, and Goofy-roni and cheese and a full carving station available by night. Heading over to Grand Californian, let's start at Napa Rose. This is the sophisticated, authentic dinner experience at an award-winning signature location. Here you can enjoy a menu of fresh seasonal flavors with a focus on wine country cuisine, and the head chef is, of course, Andrew Sutton. Napa Rose also boasts one of Disneyland's finest wine collections, so, count me in. And on Thursdays through Mondays from 8 to 11 a.m., Napa Rose also hosts a character dining experience, Disney Princess Breakfast Adventures, where kids get to hang out with the princesses in a more intimate setting, although it's incredibly expensive. Because Napa Rose is a pretty popular restaurant, reservations can book up quickly, but you can always try getting a walk-up table at the Napa Rose Lounge to enjoy a nice meal and appetizer in a much more casual and cozy setting. Lounge tables tables are available on a first-come, first-served basis, so it never hurts to check and see if there are openings available on the day of your visit. At Storytellers Cafe, you can celebrate the art of storytelling. This restaurant welcomes guests into its dining room with its larger-than-life murals, wood-carved artisan-style detailing, it's very arts and craftsy in here, and a wood-burning fireplace. Now, if you make morning reservations for this place, you'll get to meet Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, and Chip and Dale during Mickey's Tales of Adventure breakfast and brunch. Breakfast is served Mondays through Thursdays, while brunch is offered Fridays through Sundays and select holidays. Though Disney characters aren't out and around during dinner time, you can still enjoy a full spread of California cuisine from the buffet. Over at Hearthstone Lounge, you're going to find a cozy fire and a glass of wine and some giant pizzas. What more could you ask for? Okay, technically you can ask for more, like a charcuterie board, or perhaps you'd rather go with a cocktail or a craft beer or even a bourbon flight. Whatever you decide, enjoy the super chill vibes in here because this is a great escape from the chaos of DCA. And GCH Craftsman Grill offers a relaxing atmosphere and a great variety of quick meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the heart of the hotel. Breakfast features items like avocado toast, waffles, quiche, and a variety of grab-and-go pastries, while lunch and dinner serve up handcrafted sandwiches, artisanal pizzas, and skewers. Oh, they also have hot dogs of the month, so you never know what you might find here. Out near the pool, you'll find the GCH Craftsman Bar, which also features a menu of appetizers and pizzas and desserts and drinks. Okay, so the old Paradise Pier Hotel used to have 2 restaurants on site, but as of late, there hasn't been a whole lot of anything to eat here, aside from a small self-service market near the lobby. However, that's getting ready to change really soon. Great Maple will be a Southern California-based modern American eatery inside Pixar Place that'll serve upscale versions of classic comfort foods. This is a chain restaurant, but I've heard good things. Now, signature dishes there will include options like the buttermilk fried chicken and maple bacon donuts, the Cajun shrimp and cheddar biscuit Benedict, and the soda pop braised baby back ribs. Plus, you'll be able to indulge in the full bar, which will serve wine, beer, and cocktails. In addition to the restaurant itself, there'll be a new grab-and-go coffee shop, as well as food and beverage options available at the pool bar and concierge lounge. Now, Great Maple is slated to open this fall, so I'm guessing we're going to hear more news about it soon. We'll make sure to update y'all when we catch wind of a more official opening timeframe. In the meantime, if you're still planning on staying at Paradise Pier super soon, don't stress about not being able to find anything to eat. The hotels and the downtown Disney shopping district are all within walking distance to each other, meaning you're still close to lots of different sit-down and fast food locations at all times that you do not need to have a ticket for. Or you could always Uber Eats a meal from one of the nearby fast food locations outside the bubble. Your call. Now, the great thing about Disneyland's hotels is that scale of them in reference to the parks. They make getting to the parks so easy. So easy that you can walk to either park or the downtown Disney shopping district right from your hotel, any hotel. In fact, both Grand Californian and Pixar Place have direct guest entrances into DCA. The Pixar Place entrance will spit you out next to Pixar Pier, fitting, near the Corndog Castle, while the Grand Californian's going to lead you directly into Grizzly Peak, also fitting. Disneyland Hotel may not have a direct entrance into either park, but you can still walk across the street in like 5 minutes or less and end up at downtown Disney's security check. Once you're through that security check, you can hop aboard the monorail if you want to save your steps getting over to the Disneyland park. But again, it's still not too terribly far of a stroll to get from one end of the shopping district to the other, where you'll find both of the entrances to Disneyland and DCA. If you drove to your Disneyland hotel, don't forget that you will have to pay to park here each night. Daily rates start at $35 per night per vehicle. If you aren't a hotel guest, but you're visiting because you have a dining or spa reservation, you'll receive 3 to 5 hours of complimentary parking, so you don't have to worry about the extra fee. Now, Disneyland may not have as many hotels as Disney World does, but the hotels they do have are still packed with so many different offerings and activities to explore. It's well worth heading over and checking them out. And remember, I've got a 3 perfect days in Disneyland guide ready to send your way for free, literally right now. So head on over to disneyfoodblog.com/DisneylandPlans, drop us your name and email, and we'll get that list sent to you faster than you can say Goofy, Roni, and Cheese. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.